Daily Tea for February the 17th. I am Myra, your tarot hostess for the next hour, maybe. I don't know. We'll see how long this lasts. But welcome to the Daily Tea. This is your daily source for guidance, inspiration, affirmation, confirmation, all those Asians. This is the place to be encouraged and also get wisdom, insight, and guidance. Okay. So, very good. I hope you guys are staying warm. I just want to thank you, God, for shelter and heat, electricity, and water. It has been kind of rough here in Texas. If you guys have been paying attention or you know someone here, electricity has been hard to come by, right? So that has been tough, which impacts people's ability to use their cell phones. And we didn't have water for, now it wasn't very long. I think by the time we discovered there was no water, literally it was back on again. So yeah, but there are other people who are not as fortunate. There are people in Dallas that don't have electricity and are displaced. So sending love and light to my Dallas family and friends. So we are so blessed and so fortunate. So give it up to the Most High for clothing, shelter, and great health. God, I thank you. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. May we remember to not just ask you for things, but to sometimes just be in the energy of gratitude, right? And be really grateful. God is so good. So, hale. Yeah. So I'm grateful. So God, I thank you. And just pray for the highest level of divine guidance today as we move into February the 17th and consider what the Spirit want us to know. I was actually watching something the other day, and it was about shamanism and about initiations into shamanism. But one of the things that stood out to me was there's a respect for the spirit world that we all should have. And I just approached this reading with that same level of respect, right? Because we live in this dimension. We are earth beings. And so the spiritual dimension is another dimension. And so my approach to this reading and future readings will be, I sort of feel this way, but now with intention, it's like, God, whatever you want us to know, that's what we want to know. You know what I mean? Like just respecting that we are getting insight from a dimension that is not the one we're in now. So, you know, some people don't necessarily feel it's necessary to acknowledge that. I do though. Hi Corey, how are you, sugar? Are you feeling better today? And people who are meant to be here will be here. It's all good. I'm doing great, baby. How are you? I hope you are feeling better. You have a little bit more energy today. Get out of here. Wow. Corey, I find that so intriguing. That's so intriguing to me. And so is that just something that will I guess no one knows the answer as to whether or not this will continue or if it will subside as a fire truck rolls by. Wow. Yeah, I think you should. I think you should. Corey, have you been around anybody different? Now, here's what oh, Corey, you should probably get tested again. Have you been around her? Oh, okay. So, I used to follow the South Korean infectious disease expert. And I started following the South Korean infectious disease expert back in like January of 2020 because I just felt like the United States wasn't on top of things, and I felt like South Korea because they had so successfully because they had so successfully dealt with SARS. I felt that it was necessary to get ahead of this. And since other countries and other parts of the world were literally on top of this, I was like, something's wrong with the United States. Anyway, the writing was on the wall, starting with China and Italy and South Korea. So basically, what he said was that the coronavirus, sometimes people will, it can go dormant and people will feel like the virus is gone, but really it's dormant. So it doesn't mean that it is less or that it's left, is what I want to say. It doesn't mean that it has left, but it's dormant. And so it can resurface and people will feel like they've been reinfected, but they really haven't been reinfected. It's just, it was in a dormant phase or situation and it kind of reemerges. So it sounds to me like it could be a situation like that where and there are different variants. I don't know if you have to go out or go out often, but then there are other variants of this now from Brazil and South Africa that are, it's a different strain. And there are other, from what I understand, there are different strains that have been developed here in the US as well. So that's what makes this so tough. You're losing hair as well. Hi, Justin. How are you? Thank you for being here. We haven't started the collective reading yet, so you're just in time. Oh, Dragon. Hi, sweetheart. So, oh, wow. Corey, I just, and I know that you are, I know that you guys probably, you're on top of this. I don't doubt this at all, Corey, but I really, um, if you don't mind, can I pull a health card for you? I want to do, I'm just going to do this for you while we wait for other people to come on. And I love you and I care about you. So I have Archangel Raphael, which is the healing deck. And I have Women's Health, Women's Bodies, which is another deck. I don't use that one often. Oh, my sweet babe. Well, do you mind if I do that? Are you okay with that? And you know what? We could just start it this way, but it could resonate with someone else as well. I mean, you never know. Okay, cool. All right. I love you, my friend, and I want you to be whole, not just well, but whole. All right. So I'm just going to grab this deck right here. And I love you. I love you. All right. So, and it's my channel. I can do what I want. Hey. All right. So I love you so much. So I love Dr. Christiane Northrup. Shout out to Dr. Northrup. She's amazing. A women's health. She's a medical doctor specializing in women's health, but she also does this really, she's really, really in tuned spiritually and how our physiology is also impacted by our spirituality. And Dr. Northrup is awesome. She is the person who wrote, there are, I think, 4 or 5 editions of The Wisdom of Menopause. It's like a menopause Bible. And it's just, she's so wise and so smart and approaches the changes in our lives as women. So sorry, Justin, just for a second. Oh, thank you, sweet pea. No problem. No problem. You are loved and you are a part of the tribe. So you already know. You already know. I love and appreciate you so much. So, um, but Corey, she's amazing. So there's a lot of wisdom that she just has about how to approach, the things we go through as women in a very holistic way. It's totally, totally awesome. So I want to bless you. I want to bless you, God. And I pray for my friend Corey that you absolutely heal her body. I'm sending you love and light, Corey, and just pray that she get the wisdom, the understanding, and everything that she needs to live her best, full and healthy life. Thank you. Give me wisdom, understanding, and insight for Corey to encourage her and get her the best treatment, please. Archangels, spirit guides of the highest, most holy, divine order, ancestors, and thank you, Jesus. All right, Corey. So we have here nurturance and self-care, risk versus safety. Okay. And I'm going to take a look at that. So nurturance and self-care is the category. Okay. And in this deck, there are the 10 developmental steps within each key life area. Okay, so there are 5 key life areas. Okay, there's fertility and creativity, partnership, nurturance and self-care, self-expression, and enlightened heart and mind. And so you got nurturance and self-care. And then I'm going to take a look at the risk versus safety guidance under that one. Okay. All right, I'm getting it. All right, here we go. Number 6. All right, so the card that fell out for you was nurturance and self-care. It's risk versus safety. And it says, for many, it's much easier to give than to receive. Receiving takes practice because it makes us feel vulnerable and unworthy. But if you can't receive easily, you will break the cycle of abundance. When you are given something of value, such as a compliment or a gift, just say thank you and allow yourself to take in this gift of nurturance. Risk allowing others to nurture you. This came up yesterday, actually. So, risk allowing others to nurture you, but be willing to provide nurturance for yourself as well. This is so good. So there is a cycle of abundance, which I find really great. And then at the bottom of the deck, it says enlightened heart and mind. Very nice. Hierarchy versus partnership. And look at that card. All right. So let's see what that is about. All right. That's number 4. Okay, now this one says intellectual prowess disconnected from feeling never supports life and creativity fully. So this is the card that we are looking at. It says true wisdom comes only when intellectual knowledge is tempered by what your heart knows. Make sure that you keep these two ways of knowing in balance. Your intellect must always serve the wisdom of your heart. Allow them to be partners. The mind is a great servant, but a tyrannical ruler. So it's allowing your heart and mind to work together on issues, which is really interesting. Okay. And then let me pull you a card from the Archangel Raphael Healing Oracle deck. And I really like this deck as well. So, Holy Spirit, thank you for answers, guidance, archangels, spirit guides for Corey. Just answers that will encourage her life, that will help her feel better, and just send so much love and light to you, sweetheart. And make sure you send love and light to yourself. Just visualize just light going through your chakras and clearing your system and healing your cells. So stretch came out, Corey, and it says, Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for staying by my side and motivating me to take excellent care of myself in all ways. So, you know what, Corey? So you have 2 cards here that really speak to, I just feel like, a strong sense. Both of these talk about self-care and nurturing yourself. And it's like there's some level of care. And I don't know what that could look like. I mean, probably if we had a conversation, I could probably offer some more inspiration or guidance around this. But these cards are very much about self-care, like nurturing yourself, loving yourself, seeing yourself as worthy of self-care, really taking care of yourself. And then you also have here massage. Wow, interesting. It says, Dear Archangel Raphael, please help me know that I deserve to receive massages and other self-care treatments. Corey, all of this is about self-care. You gotta take care of yourself. You must. Oh, friend, you must take care of yourself. Yes, yes. And everything that means, like your mental health and making sure that you are centered. You deserve that time to really care for yourself. You know what is so interesting? I did an assessment on Dr. John DeMartini's website. He's a brilliant human behaviorist. And I did an assessment recently. And oh, that's funny because children was the next card up, Corey. It says, Archangel Raphael, thank you for helping me to help my children. You have to take care of yourself. I'm convinced of it. I know this is for you. Now, on Dr. DeMartini's website, Dr. John DeMartini, there is an assessment. And on this assessment, guess what my number one area is? I take care of myself. It is very important to me to take care of myself. Like I realize somewhere in my knower that I must take care of myself. And so I'm very aware of how I feel. Um, I don't, my body doesn't allow me to just eat anything, especially being at this stage of life that I'm in. But I mean, everything from oils to aromatherapy. I really take care of my skin. I do Epsom salt baths, I exercise, I put water in my system. Like I just really, you must, it is so important because you can't give out and do things for other people if you're not pouring into yourself and caring for yourself. And so it's really important. And then there's such a healing aspect of touch. And with COVID, that gets really tricky, like touching people, and being able to get a massage. But touch is so important to healing. Yeah, babe, you just have to make that time. You gotta love yourself. You got to put your mask on first before you can help somebody else, babe. All right. I love you, Corey. I hope this was helpful to you and gives you well needed guidance. And yeah. All right. So I will put a timestamp on this reading because we're going to go ahead and start the general collective. Yeah. Oh, please be kind to yourself. Please be kind to yourself because you really teach other people how to treat you inadvertently or just you do. We teach people how to treat us by how we treat ourselves. Take care of yourself. All right, friends. So we are officially going to start the daily tea. And I'm going to use actually this Archangel Raphael healing deck. I'm actually going to use it today. Thank you, Corey. I rarely pull this deck out, but I feel it's important to use it today. So I'm excited about that. Don't forget to hit the like button, friends, and subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram to be added to the next free reading raffle and gift giveaway on February 27th. On the 27th, there is a full moon in Virgo, and we'll be doing full moon with friends on Instagram, and I will be announcing the raffle winner at that time. So join us. All right, the first card out says, listen to your intuitive feelings. So find your unicorn and okay, it says, Dear higher self, thank you for speaking loudly and clearly in peaceful ways that I easily understand. This is a good affirmation too. Archangel Raphael, thank you for guiding me to listen to my inner wisdom. So yes, definitely listening to your inner wisdom. When those things come, please write them down as well. You know what I mean? Like, or act on it when you feel inspired. That's the best time to act on something, or write it down, because that moment is a moment of inspiration. It's your aha moment. So listen to your intuitive feelings. Like when those nudges come, it's like, oh, pay attention. And then stretch, it was again at the bottom of the deck. You guys saw me shuffle. Um, it says, thank you for staying by my side and motivating me to take excellent care of myself in all ways. So I do feel like maybe everybody needed to hear this, that it is really important to truly take care of yourself. All right, let's take a look at the Goddess Guidance deck. Thank you, Archangel, Spirit Guides, Goddesses. What messages do you have for my friends watching and those who will be watching for February 17th? Thank you. All right, guys. So you have here Sarasvati, the arts. Express yourself through creative activity. I love that. And then you also have Goddess White Tara, which is about being very sensitive. So I do feel like some people may be experiencing a degree of sensitivity, to the point where your intuition could be extremely high. Maybe you're sensitive to the things that you're eating or feeling. But Goddess White Tara is about sensitivity. So we have a couple cards here that talk about using your intuition, listening to how you feel. Listen to what clues or things your body is giving you, or your mind. You are becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, chemicals, or environments or situations. Okay. So if you are in a very sensitive state, make sure that you are, avoiding anything that is low vibration or could, be potentially harmful. Okay. And then we'll get an angel answer card and move on into the tarot spread. Beautiful. That flew out. A no with an exclamation point. It flew out, like this is the card. So there's a firm no, friends, for some of you on something. It is a firm no. Yeah, this is like, Okay. All right. So I'm going to start with the Osho Zen Tarot. And then I will clarify the reading. Okay. All right. So I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see the cards. I just want to move them so that you can see them okay. All right, friends, so let's do this. I try to do this without tearing up the whole club. Hold on a second. Okay. All right, so hopefully you guys can see everything. I would turn the camera landscape, but for some reason, I just feel like it won't show up right. All right, so there are your guidance cards. All right, so let's go ahead and get your overall energy for February 17th, 2021. Overall energy is the strongest energy, friends. All righty. All right, very clear guidance. Overall energy for February, February 17th, 2021. Hold on, I'm going to switch decks here, friends. Just a second. All right, right, so overall energy for my friends watching and who will be watching February 17th. All right, guys, so we have the Nine of Swords, and this is anxiety. Maybe you have insomnia. You could be sitting up at night, worrying. The Nine of Swords can be a very worry energy. It's also, hi Naomi. It is also an air energy, but it has to do with our thoughts and communication. I do feel like some people are worrying about their money or their resources. There's the Five of Pentacles. So that's what it looks like. Let's take a look at the crossing energy for the 17th. All right, so we have here the Nine of Cups and Temperance. So what immediately comes to mind, friends, is that, maybe you're waiting for something. Temperance can be about moderation, and it is about happiness. I do feel like moderation can also, with respect to this card, the sensitivity card, like what you're eating, what you're ingesting, what you're watching, make sure that you are doing all things in moderation. And I think it will bring some happiness and balance to you. So don't consume anything in moderation, including social media, TV, food, and all that kind of stuff. Okay. So moderation is here. Let's take a look at your advice from Spirit. And I will absolutely clarify this reading. All right, friends. So you have here the Eight of Swords and the Seven of Swords. Now, this is a very self-defeating kind of energy here. It's like where somebody, I mean, you would almost feel like this person tied this person up and walked away with the swords here. Like, this is awful. So I do feel like this is some kind of limiting belief. It's also maybe you're losing money because there's something you're not looking at. I really feel that strongly. There's something, and if your intuition is telling you that somebody is not good for you, or if your intuition is telling you that something isn't right, I do feel like you need to listen to your intuition, friends. Especially, I think your intuition is trying to let you know something is not working for you. All righty. Okay, and then we're going to clarify. Let's take a look at the outcome, and then we will clarify this, okay? So I do think some of this is limiting beliefs, and I think for some people there could be some kind of dishonest energy around you that is robbing you blind in some way or taking advantage of you. So be aware of that, because maybe you're not paying attention. All right, and so the outcome, guys, we have here the Two of Swords again, right? So we have our eyes closed. Somebody is not saying anything. We have the Eight of Wands, which is communication or something coming in. I feel like there's something, make sure you guys open your mail and read your emails. I do really feel like there could be something that you're missing. Maybe you're missing out on an opportunity because you're not opening your emails, you're not reading your mail. But the Nine of Pentacles is very, very abundant. There could be some unexpected blessings coming in, guys, even with respect to money, something you've been wishing or hoping for. So the Star card is here. This is also the card of Aquarius, but this is about healing. It has a healing quality to it. It's about nourishment. I do feel like some people know they need to drink more water. Please drink more water. Thank you. Alrighty, and so we will clarify this. All right, and we will start with, and there's a bit of a glare, but there's a big no right here. So the overall energy, I do feel like somebody is really worried about resources, right? Time, money, energy levels. And I do feel like there are answers coming. But I also feel like, you know, you will feel a lot better doing things in moderation. I do think somebody could have trouble sleeping at night. And so there are several meditations and several different things that do help us sleep. I'm going to show you guys this. I don't particularly like the way it smells, but this is actually a moisturizing bath oil with melatonin and um, sweet almond oil, cocoa butter, jojoba oil. But it sort of smells like it has lavender vibes to it. And I don't like the smell, but I do like the concept of doing something at night that relaxes you. Okay. So one ritual you can maybe do at night if you're having trouble sleeping is to rub your feet with clary sage, Clary, clary sage, and some kind of oil, and just make it a ritual. Make it something you do every night, as something you do kind for yourself. So even if nobody has to, it's a very small gesture, but it could be something very, something very helpful that you could do to help you get to sleep at night. So right before you lay down, maybe you light a candle, or maybe you turn on some meditation music and you just rub your feet with clary sage and some kind of oil before you go to bed. Just something to relax you. Maybe while you're doing that, you name 5 things you're grateful for. But it's important to have some kind of ritual of self-care that helps you. So I hope that helps somebody who may be having trouble sleeping. Let's take a look at the Nine of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. How do we correct that energy, Holy Spirit? Thank you. Archangels and spirit guides. All right, friends. So we have here the Strength card. Now, I love that. That is you rising to the occasion, being strong, being courageous, finding the strongest part of yourself and subscribing to that. And I also feel like you may need to call that part of yourself to the forefront. Like, okay, rather than focusing on what I can't do, I need to focus on what I can do and call that energy to the forefront of this situation, friends. So I love that, being strong and courageous. And I also see here the Ten of Cups, which is feeling better. So I do think you are going to feel better. You are stronger than you think you are. And this is an oversaturation of water. You see all the water energy there? Some of you need to drink that many cups of water a day. And I'm not joking. Drink water. You will feel better. You will feel better. But this is also emotion as well. Okay. So things are going to get better. This is really, really good. I absolutely love this. Um, yeah, let's take a look at the Nine of Cups and Temperance. Some of you could be dealing with a Sagittarius that makes you very happy, or the challenge is that you really felt like they made you happy. Um, let's take a look at the Nine of Cups and Temperance. Guidance on the Nine of Cups and Temperance. Thank you. So we have here the Hermit card and the Queen of Wands. Now that could be a Sagittarius and a Virgo, but the Hermit card is about understanding. I feel like for some people it is digging deep to find your courageous side. I really do feel that way. The Queen of Wands is she's a go-getter. She's not fearful, very attractive. Um, so this could be a Virgo and a fire sign. But I do feel like the Virgo card can be also just in this thing. I think it's just finding your strength and your courage, honestly, feeling motivated to go after what you want with this Chariot card here. So I do think that can be happy, and I think you can feel better. Um, yeah, I do feel that. Let's take a look at the Eight of Swords and the Seven of Swords. Thank you for wisdom, insight, and guidance. What is this? Eight of Swords and Seven of Swords. So we're moving to this part of the reading right here. Thank you. So we have here the Six of Pentacles, guys, and this is a gift of unexpected money. It is things balancing out. It's also mutuality, giving and receiving. I love it. And you have here the Nine of Wands, which is being tenacious, being courageous, not giving up. I love that. And the Ace of Cups is also here. So we have here that there is some new love. Also, see the water running over. So, again, I'm reiterating that to many of you that you need to just OD on water, saturate your body. But I'm also seeing a Queen of Swords here. I do feel like if somebody is dealing with someone new, you may not know that they are, cheating on someone. And the Eight of Swords and Seven of Swords here, that is somebody being completely unaware that there's something going on. So I do feel like Spirit is trying to get your spidey senses to work. Like, listen, if you sense or feel like something isn't right, it's not right. So there's a no. So some of you could be dealing with a new person and they are not being honest with you. Okay. And your spirit guidance is letting you know that they're not. Okay. All right. And let's clarify this outcome. The Two of Swords. And, the outcome here is a single, very successful person, friends, with this Nine of Pentacles here. So I feel like, you know, maybe there's something you don't want to see, but I do feel like some communication could definitely come in right here. Some communication could come in and, where you can't avoid it anymore. It's like, okay, I need to take a look at this. All right. So what is the Two of Swords, the Eight of Wands, and the Nine of Pentacles? All right, friends. So we have an ending, the Death card. So life is changing for somebody. It's going to be transformed. And some things, this is that cycle of death and rebirth. Sometimes beautiful things can't happen unless there is, something has to end. King of Wands. Some of you may be ending a relationship with a Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, but it will be the best thing that ever happened to you. The Nine of Cups. So, guys, there is great potential for happiness, for bliss, for being wonderful. But I feel like for some people, it is ending life as you know it with somebody who is not serving you well. And you have the World card, which is, you coming full circle. There is a fresh start here, friends. There is a fresh start. Um, and for some of you, I do feel like it's the fresh start is coming from ending some of this toxic energy. Okay. So if you're dealing with someone there isn't mutuality, there's not a lot of giving and receiving in this relationship. I do feel like you have to understand you are attractive, you are appealing, you're more than enough, you're worthy of love, and you can be happy. You can, but you have to first acknowledge what is not working in your situation, what isn't working in your life. And it's funny, I was just talking to my sister about this earlier today about a previous relationship that I was in. And guys, all I got was clues. I didn't get answers. I got clues. So, and I remember feeling it was so unfair. Like, God, just tell me yes or no. Like, should I be with this person? I wasn't even aware of tarot then. But I was like, should I be with this person? I don't know. And they had serious issues, like serious ups and downs in their emotions. And they were diagnosed with bipolarism and manic depressive disorder, but I still was torn. Like, I don't know if I should be with them or not. And I went through a series of abusive things, like having my arm pinned behind my back and locked in a bathroom. I had a set of keys thrown at my face that missed my head and put a gash in the wall. And it took that for me to say, I don't think this is for me. And some people would have been like, oh, I would have known. No, be careful what you say you will and will not live through, because I care very deeply for this person. Um, and I did not, um, I felt like I understood classic codependency. I felt like I understood what they were going through. And because I understood the origins of some of their issues, I felt like I had the patience to deal with it, but that's not the case. I was not supposed to be their savior. I'm a person whose life is worthy of living, just like yours is. So, this is basically, I'm sharing this with you because sometimes we want the answer. It doesn't feel good, but sometimes the Holy Spirit just gives us clues, or your intuition or higher self is saying, this doesn't feel right, does it? It doesn't feel right. No, you should not have your arm pinned behind your back. No, you should not be afraid to go to sleep at night. No, you should not have to tiptoe around your home. They're clues. And sometimes it's a learning curve for us to understand what's safe and what is healthy. So, intuition sometimes is the only thing you'll get, because here we are, fast forward almost 17, more than that, 20 years later, 20 years later, looking at this person's life, they are repeating those same patterns. Not with me, but watching the dishonesty, watching them try to figure out their own life. And so there are casualties. It reminds me of that Five of Swords card that it didn't come up today, but though, and there are two fives on my screen, which are about change. There's somebody out there who needs to change what you are doing to get a different result, for sure. So sometimes, friends, and see, there's a five here. So the person will not like when you set boundaries. They will not like it. They will fight you all the way. There may be an argument, but you will come out ahead. The Ten of Pentacles, long term success, stability. You'll have more money once you get this person out of your life. Some of you do not even realize how you're losing money. Like, how am I losing money? I just don't understand why I don't have any money. And it's because you're dealing with somebody. Either you're investing in that person, or they could be taking money out of your account, like taking your ATM card or going on Amazon, or just being with them is depleting your life. And you could really just be worried, like, I don't know why I'm losing in life. And you could be joined up or teamed up with somebody whose karma sucks, like they have stuff coming to them, and because you are yoked up with them, you're catching some of their bad karma. But you could be in an abundant, successful, and single situation just by letting somebody go, cutting them out of your life. So I feel very strongly, guys, that um, there's a situation that does require some element of change. Do something different so you can get a different result. You can absolutely be happy. You can feel better. Usually, pain is information, but suffering is a choice. So sometimes there are things we go through because we're just choosing the same thing over and over again. The spirit is like, God will never violate our free will. Okay. So God isn't going to violate our free will. We can choose to live in hell, or we can choose to live an abundant, blissful life. It's up to us. Right. And so the host of heaven and everybody is rooting you on, like, please choose better for yourself. Choose to be happy. Choose to live an abundant life. You don't have to be sad, sitting up at night, anxious and worried. Make choices that give you an abundant life. Do rituals, not because you're a freak, but do rituals because they make you feel better. Taking care of yourself makes you feel better. Just rubbing your feet at night, soothing yourself, right, is a great way to make yourself feel better. Why don't you deserve that? You absolutely deserve to feel better. You deserve to be able to sleep good. You just do, you know? So I just really feel like, you don't have to be depleted. And I feel like the more attention and effort and the more you strengthen yourself, the more affirmations you do, good information, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Understand what makes you happy. Dig deep, do a deep dive into your happiness jar. What do I like to do? What fulfills me? What will help me to live a more abundant life? You'll feel amazingly better. You really will. So trust your intuition. Your feelings are telling you a story. Listen to them. Okay. All right, guys. I love you. I ended right at 44:11. I'm on point. Hey. All right. So if you want an on the spot reading, I will be happy to do an on the spot reading with you, my friends, today. And I did find out that YouTube, thankfully, I don't know if it had something to do with my very inquisitive and persistent self. But yeah, some of the when I was very concerned about the donations that you all were giving doing super chat and stuff, I did get them. Yay. Okay. So I'm happy. So now I can, with good conscience, encourage you. If you do want to use super chat, you can. You can use super chat. You can use super chat. If I have a problem with YouTube, I will contact them again. But you can super chat, use the links in the description box, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, to if you want to purchase an on the spot reading. The cost is $22 in the month of February. But I'm happy to pull you some guidance cards even for a donation. Okay. So you can use Cash App, PayPal, Super Chat, or Venmo. Okay. So Naomi, I will check that right now. Okay. So Naomi, you were just communicating with me. Okay. Okay, you were just telling people Cash App. Okay. So, guys, very, very good. I feel like this was a very helpful reading. I believe whoever was meant to see this will see it. Please share, like, comment. If there are people that you feel could benefit from this guidance, share it with them. Let them know that I'm here. My style is definitely more of a coaching, counseling type of style. It is not to tell people, um, you know, a guy with blonde hair is going to approach you tomorrow. Although that can happen. But it's more so to give you guidance. It's more so to let you know, yeah, I'm going in the right direction, or maybe I need to rethink or consider something. I am a spiritual person, and I do want to honor and respect the spiritual world, and whatever guidance I feel like spirit or God wants you guys to have, that's what I'm going to share with you. So yeah, that's how it works. That's how it works. So um that's how I function. Conjunction junction, what's your function? You remember that? Okay, check again. All right, Naomi, I'm checking again. I don't see anything. All right, Naomi, I didn't see it, friend. There it is. Well, looky at that. Okay. All right, Naomi, my sweet friend and tribe member. Let me get you some guidance, my darling. This is for Naomi. This is an on the spot reading for Naomi. You too can get an on the spot reading. You can Cash App, PayPal, Super Chat, or Venmo your $22 for an on the spot. Or um, if you want to make a donation, I will pull a guidance card for you. Okay. So this is for Naomi. Wishing you the best, my friend. All right. So I'm starting with the notes from the universe. And this is for Naomi. All right. So I have here, most people are trying to survive. Okay. And this one talks about don't forget to be a person who says thank you, please, and I love you like crazy. So it's either sometimes this card comes up when Naomi, when people don't feel appreciated, or there are people around you that this is just a reminder to make sure that you say, I love you, thank you, um, show appreciation to others. So this could come up when we don't feel appreciated, or there's a need for us to show appreciation to other people. And then you also have here, there's a deeper reason for each of your questions. seek it out. And this is about giving guidance, intention, help, and love, but never giving people criticism. So it's like keeping criticism to a minimum, but offering people guidance, attention, help, and love always. Okay. All right. I'm going to get you a card from the Spirit Animal Message Oracle deck. And this is for my friend Naomi, please. All right, guidance for Naomi. All right, sweetie, you have here the Condor, which talks about when we're too close to a situation to step back and see the bigger picture before making any decisions. Okay, and you also have the Zebra, which talks about having divine guidance and protection. So you are divinely guided and protected at this time. All righty. And then let's get you an angel answer. And then we'll do your tarot spread. All right, angel answer for Naomi, please. All right, babe, you have abundance here, which looks really, really good. So there's some kind of big opportunity. There does look like you do need to get more information, though. So you may need to do a little bit more digging. This card also talks about seeking or trying to get more information. So I do feel strongly that there's something you might need to do a little bit more research on. All right, Sugar Pie, I'm going to turn this around so you can see the cards as they come out. All right, thank you, Holy Spirit. This is for Naomi. All right, thank you, Holy Spirit. Guidance for Naomi. Tell us more about abundance. And her overall energy. All right, babe. So you got the High Priestess card. That definitely is you, your intuition, using your gifts, right? Your inner knowing and all of that. And I do feel like that is associated with abundance. I do feel like there could be a decision that you have to make. This is about optimism. Okay. It is about looking forward. I feel like looking, but it is also looking at things from an objective standpoint. So see how the world is in his hand, but he's kind of looking at it. He's leaning toward the direction of doing something, but it's definitely being more objective about a situation. Let's take a look at your crossing energy. Crossing energy for Naomi, please. What do you want her to know? All right, babe. So I do think there could be an answer for you, Naomi, but it may come from meditation or it may be just a matter of time. So I feel like something could be delayed, right? There could be a delay of a decision. That could have something to do with the retrograde as well. And that could be that could clear up as early as Saturday when Mercury goes direct. Um, and you know what? It could represent, I just saw your comment. I mean, if you see that as, your faith or as Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life, but it is that, it does, I feel like, represent your truth. So it's in your crossing energy. So that could be the way that you look at the world has a lot to do with what you believe. Okay. Let's take a look at your advice from Spirit. All right, babe. So you have the Two of Pentacles and the Three of Wands here. Now, I do feel like that is having a expectation that whatever you've been working on is going to pan out for you. So that is about, being hopeful, believing. and moving forward on some kind of plan towards victory and success. So I do feel like whatever decision you make is going to be successful. Um, yeah, the Fool card is about taking a leap of faith. So I do think this limbo energy is going to clear up. And let me get an outcome card for you. Outcome for Naomi, please. So we have here, oh, wow. Wow. So we have the Devil card, the Five of Cups, and the Five of Swords, Naomi. Now, this is deep regret. And, yeah. Could be ego related. It could be some kind of habit. Something sabotages this energy. But this is like the outcome. And you have two fives that talk about big, big changes here. And this is a card of Capricorn. So it looks like something does not work out as planned. Let's go ahead and clarify this, friend. And we'll try to find out what happened. All right, so we're going to go back to your original energy here. The High Priestess and the Two of Wands. All right, let's clarify the High Priestess and the Two of Wands. All right, so the Five of Pentacles and the King of Swords. So the Five of Pentacles is when we need some kind of help. Maybe somebody feels isolated, feels down and out. The King of Swords is your energy. Okay. And this is, feeling very confident, having answers. This could be people coming to you who need help, definitely could be the case. People that need guidance, people that feel displaced or need direction. There are two fives on my screen. So fives indicate some type of big change. And you have the Chariot again, okay, which is a card of Cancer, but it's also about mental health balance, mental and physical balance. And this Hanged Man card down here, this card is also about mental balance and clarity. I do feel this reading has a lot to do, Naomi, with being mentally clear and having a good understanding, because the Ace of Swords is here again. So you have the Ace of Swords twice, and that Ace of Swords is in your challenge. So I do feel like there is a big need to be balanced spiritually, intellectually. Let's clarify that. What does the Ace of Swords and the Hanged Man represent? All right, so we have the Eight of Swords. All righty. So the Eight of Swords is when somebody walks away. And it also can be a limiting belief. But the Eight of Swords is definitely someone who is, it can be an isolating energy. No communication. In this deck, it could be a ghosting card, but it's definitely walking away. It's like someone is turning their back on something. All right, let's take a look at the Three of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, and the Chariot. All right, babe. So we have here the Moon card. Very powerful energies in this reading. The Moon can represent spiritual insight, its emotion. And then we also have here the Four of Swords. The Moon can also represent your dreams. I feel like it can also represent the unknown. What is the Chariot? All right, we have here the King of Pentacles, Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. I don't No, I mean, I just feel like maybe you're taking a break from something. It sort of looks like that. Um, Two different kinds of logic. This is a Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus sort of energy. I don't know if you're going to put a pause on the intuition stuff because another job comes in for you or some other career. I'm curious about that, but it feels like there's a need to meditate. Maybe I do feel like, there's a lot of intuitive energies in here and a lot of thinking in this reading. I do feel like maybe you feel like something will not make you money. It's sort of what it looks like. Like you could be approaching something like, I don't know if this is going to make me enough money. So you may even be rethinking something because it doesn't feel lucrative. What's the Five of Cups, the Devil card, and the Five of Swords? Five of Cups, please. Now, this could be a habit or something sabotaging, a situation. We have the Eight of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. Okay. That Eight of Pentacles is being really focused. Sometimes it's working a lot. It's being, it's consistent. It's consistent focus, but you have a lot of energy here, Naomi, that speaks to some kind of mental balance, the need for clarity and mental balance. Okay, the Nine of Swords is a very worried energy. So you have the King of Swords, the Eight of Swords. I know you're a Gemini. So, um, and making money or work could really be on your mind. You could be worrying a lot about your income or how you're going to make money. Let's see, what is the Five of Swords? I do feel like some things could come to you intuitively. What's the Five of Swords? All right, the Ace of Cups is here. So this is a gift of love. I feel like this can also be the need for self-love. There could be a new person coming into your life. The Prince of Cups is here. Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. But that person, this card represents sometimes a very mysterious person. And it's a person who sometimes you don't know what to think about them. Like you could just be like, I don't know if they're a good guy or a bad guy. This Prince of Cups is sort of like that. This person is not in the other tarot deck, like the traditional tarot. So in this deck, it represents to me someone. It's like, where'd you come from? It's sort of like keep your eyeballs open on that one. Um, and this could also be like a boyfriend. I don't know if you have children, but it could be a companion, a friend of another young person in your life. So somebody could be coming into the life of a child of yours. I'm also getting that. And your intuition could be going up about that person. That could happen too sometimes. Um, so I just do feel like even if you're working, I wonder if you're working a lot and just sort of stay aware is what I want to say. Like if you're really hyper focused on something, you may be missing some of what's going on around you. Like if you're really focused on building a bit whatever you're really focused on, don't miss the stuff that's going on around you. Okay? Like I would just be aware of what's going on in the life of people around you as well. Is what I'm getting. And yeah, there could be something you're real close to or somebody you're real close to, and you could be missing what's happening. Yeah. Do you have children? Like teenagers or grown children? I do feel like this is also, make sure this could also be the need to be right. I'm looking at the original cards here too. Um, just be, I don't know. I feel like if you have children, there's somebody new coming into their life if they don't have a new partner or a new relationship. I don't think this is about your relationships. I think this is someone close to you, their person. Like, so they could be dating somebody new. I'm not sure about the timing of this, but the person is a little just be mindful, like your intuition could go off about this person, like, what? Um, but also be cautious that your need to be right may isolate people, so be aware of that. Just be aware of it. Like if you're like, I do think there are people around you who do need help. I do feel like there's a financial issue. If it's not with you, it's someone around you. They are trying to survive. I do think money for you though is not going to be an issue at all. Um, but I can see you going through a period where you are doing a lot by yourself or alone, and you could just be real quiet or silent. You could just go through a period where you're very quiet or silent. Um, it feels like you're just working consistently on something by yourself, or um, but you may be a little bit concerned. I feel like about one of your children, like somebody new who comes into their life. Like, I don't know if that's good, and I don't know if you're going to say something or not. So use your discretion and your discernment as to whether or not you're going to even mention something to them, about it, or how you say it. I think will be important. Okay. All right, sweet pea. And I feel like it could take you a moment to discern the truth or know what the truth about something is. So it could take a minute for the truth to come out. So try not to rush things. Like the truth will come out. The truth will come out. And just watch the need to be right, because I do feel like you could hurt someone's feelings by something that you say, or like, and you could be right. Yeah, I feel like it's you. I feel like you could be right, but just someone's feelings get hurt. I do see that. Someone's feelings get hurt. And you could be like, but I was right. So there could be seekers, like people seeking you out, asking questions, and you could be telling them the truth. Like it could be the truth, but just keep in mind that you could be dealing with wounded people, and um, how we say things is important. Just keep in mind people are wounded, they're hurting, you know. So, but I do see a very abundant something is going to bring you a lot of abundance in. Hmm. Yeah. So you got the two scenarios. One is something could be going on with your children. Just be mindful, like who they're dating or something like that. Just your antennas may go up, like your intuition might be like, oh, okay, so you're dating somebody new. Okay. And so you may try to get them to understand more about the person instead of telling them like this person is your dot dot dot. Hi Janie Butterfly, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. So sometimes with our kids, I'm going through this with my daughter. Instead of telling her the answer, I have to guide her to the answer. So I may have to say, You know, instead of saying, no, you need to do that, because I can definitely be that person. Like, no, no, you know, like, well, let me see. How would you feel if someone didn't give you 2 weeks notice before you quit, or really, do you think that's the best thing to do? Should we give it more time? But let them come to their own conclusion so they don't resent you. Because sometimes if you take the decision away from people, they will be like, well, it was the person that I loved and you took that decision away from me. So it's like, ah, yeah, yeah. So sometimes we have to guide our children or other people to the answer in a way where they realize, I'm not taking a decision from you. I just like, you came to me, so I'd like to help you, guide you to an answer that makes sense for you. Okay. Something like that. All right, Naomi. Thank you so much, baby doll. Blessings to you always. Always, always. Alrighty. So if anyone else wants an on-the-spot reading, you absolutely can get one today. The cost is $22 for a full reading, or you can just drop a donation. The links are in the description box, or use Super Chat to offer a donation, and I will pull you some oracle cards. Okay. That's how it works. All right. So if you were watching, I just did an on the spot reading for one of my channel members, Naomi. Wonderful person. Please check out her new YouTube channel, Empress of Air and Fire, and support and follow her, guys. She has an outstanding journey. So please take a look at that, especially if you are interested in weight loss or fitness. She has a phenomenal testimony about health and stuff like that. So check her out, guys. All right. Alrighty. Alrighty. So I'll give you guys a chance to think about it. And if there are no more takers on the spot readings, then I will end the live stream. Wishing you guys the best, praying for your health, your guidance, love, and light. Always wishing you the very best. Okay. All right, friends. I love you. I am still uploading the mid-month readings. We went from the monthly readings to mid-month readings. And so they're coming up. So I just finished Taurus. I had some uploading issues. We're still in the retrograde. So I had some uploading issues, but it's okay. And so I'm going to keep uploading. Channel members will be able to view the videos first. So become a channel member. It's very reasonable for the membership. And channel members will get early access, and also you'll be able to get free access to the extended reading. So channel members can see extended readings for free, and other people you can purchase or rent extended readings. Okay. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go and let you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for tuning in whenever you watch. I believe the messages resonate for you. Readings are timeless. Even though I put dates on them, it's mostly for you all. But hopefully the message will resonate and offer you the guidance you were looking for. I believe that happens all the time. I love you so much. Naomi, I love you too. You're welcome, sweetheart. And I will see you guys soon. Take care and God bless.